Hi, my name is Tarek Gasmia, and welcome back to our video series on our NHC seed to sale integrated inside of NetSuite. This is going to be a two-part video. Today, we're mainly going to be focusing on our custom batches. In our example, we've prepared the transformation process of a watermelon. For our nursery batch, we're going to be looking at the transformation overview of our initial material. So from a seed to a seedling, and then we'll jump to our growing batch where we'll track the transformation of our seedlings all the way up to watermelons where they're ready for harvest. And the final batch will be our processing batch where we'll track the packaging of our product so that they can be dispatched out to our customers. In the next video, we'll be looking at bill of materials, work orders, and assemblies to understand exactly how our product transforms and how it increases in value from the initial material all the way up to the final product when it's ready for sale. I'd like to remind you that our solution is designed for the agricultural space as a whole. So whether you're a nursery, a grain producer, or even in the cannabis space, our NHC seed to sale is designed for you. So if you'd like a free demonstration of our seed to sale inside of NetSuite, please contact us either by phone or by email. So with all of that said, let's jump into it. Wonderful. So here I'm on my nursery batch. You'll notice already on the front page, a lot of information coming at you. We have useful information like your batch connections to save us some time. So in this exercise, we're going to be going from our nursery batch to our growing and to our processing batch. You have hyperlinks available to you to jump from one place to another very easily. You also have basic batch information to understand exactly what the crop type is, information like who's your grower supervisor for this batch and so on. A little lower here, you have information like the initial stage inside of this batch. So we're starting with seeds and we're exiting this stage as soon as we have seedlings, and a geographical location available to you as well. So as long as you have the longitude and the latitude, automatically you're going to have a Google Maps hyperlink that's going to be created. I'll just click on it to see where we're at. I believe somewhere in Canada. Yes, Ottawa. And if you scroll a little bit lower here, you're going to have some very useful tabs available to you. Starting off with the initial material, we know we started with a watermelon seeds. I started off this batch with 1,000 from lot seed STG01, and this product was not manufactured by me, it was purchased, which brings us to our second tab, the purchasing tab. Here, if you purchase your initial material, you have all the information that you need and hyperlinks to go into different records. I know the vendor is Agri-Suite Pro, and I have a hyperlink available to me for the purchase order of those 1,000 seeds. And arguably the most important tab is going to be your work orders. We're going to be looking at work orders in more detail in the next video, but in a nutshell, the work orders allow us to consume an initial material to be able to transform it to the next one. So in this case, as you can see, we transformed 1,000 watermelon seeds to become 1,000 watermelon seedlings. You can see the final item in the work order here, our seedlings, and a quantity of 1,000 that we built. We also have a product information tab available to us. It gives us a high level on the important information on our product at this specific stage. You also have access to information on the yield and the transfer of your product. So it is possible for you to open a batch, expect 900, but the actual yield is 1,000. You can use that data for reporting if you want, and you know exactly where the transfer location is. In this case, we've transferred all 1,000 seedlings to our field 1, which brings me to my inventory overview tab. You have two sub tabs available to you. The first one is the inventory snapshot, and here you'll be able to see exactly what item that is involved in this nursery batch is at what location, how many you have on hand or available, and what's the total value of that material. And you also have an inventory movement sub-tab. Here you understand exactly where your seedlings went. In this case, we transferred 1,000 of them to our grow site, and you have the location right here. And if I scroll back up, you have 5 different buttons available to you. So if I wanted to create a new work order or a new inventory transfer, I don't have to look inside the system to do that. I can do it directly by clicking that button. And if there are processes that your business does on the regular, we can add those buttons for you. And if there are others that you don't, we can take them off. So from here, I'm going to navigate to my growing batch simply by clicking right there. Perfect. So now I'm on my growing batch. Here you'll notice that the initial stage is different. So now we have seedlings, and the final stage at the growing batch will be the watermelon. We have pretty similar information on the header level. Again, we have the process status, the batch connections to navigate seamlessly. Down here, I'm going to navigate to my work orders. And this time they're going to be a little bit different. Now we're going to have a dedicated video on what happens transactionally during work orders and how the value of your product increases as it transforms. But for now, we understand that we have a work order that transformed our seedlings to young plant and a work order that transformed our 1,000 young plants to mature plants. The last work order is a harvest. So we harvested 2 watermelons per mature plant. We ended up with 2,000 watermelons total. So our batches serve as a hub to understand what happens to the product as it transforms. And as long as the data point is inside of NetSuite, we can attach it to our batch. So whatever you want to see at any stage, you can see. You also have a secondary items tab available to you. So if you want to track, let's say, waste, that is a possibility as well. And again, an inventory overview. I'm going to scroll down to inventory movement just to make sure that our transfers are all here. We started with a transfer from our greenhouse to our field for 1,000 seedlings, and we transferred from our field to our dry storage 2,000 watermelons. So let's go visit our processing batch really quickly. Again, initial stage, we're going to go from a watermelon to a watermelon that's packaged. And if I scroll down into my work orders, you should see a packaging work order. And there you go. At this stage, this will take all 2,000 of our watermelons for packaging, ready to go to our customers. And what's different in our processing batch is a sales tab. So just like the nursery batch has a purchase order tab to understand exactly where our product came from, here you have a sales tab to understand exactly where it's going. So if I click on it, I should have a sales order associated. Here it is. I can directly click on the hyperlink. You can see that the customer is Fresh Mart Co. and we sold the amount of 21,826 that's been fully billed. Wonderful. So that concludes our video for today. On the next video, we'll be looking at bill of materials, revisions, work orders, and assembly builds. This will enable us to understand exactly the cost of your product at the end stage and also how it increases in value as it transforms all the way up to the final stage. Again, we offer you a free evaluation as well as a free demonstration on our NHC to sale. So if you'd like to understand exactly how we can streamline your operations, please contact us either by phone or by email. We'd be happy to talk to you. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I will see you on the next one.